white clouds are reflected in the ocean water.
Can you imagine growing up in the largest habitat on Earth? The open ocean can be an intimidating and dangerous place. You might find safety at school with your friends, or seek shelter in a sanctuary like Cocos Island Marine Reserve.
An island point stretches into sea.
But while an island or seamount might be a haven for adult turtles and sharks, one thing we don't see a lot of out here are babies.
A lone hammerhead shark.
So where do these animals come from? Where do they begin their migratory journey? The answer lies back on the mainland.
An illustrated map pulls away from Cocos Island, then zooms towards a Gulf island on the west coast of Costa Rica, Chira Island, Randall-Aruz.
Hammerhead sharks and other pelagic sharks, such as tiger sharks, even though they live out there in the high seas, they come to these coastal habitats to have their pups. These mangrove swamps provide habitats where they can be protected. There's also lots of caves and little areas where they can hide inside the roots of the mangroves, so it's a perfect rookery for these animals.
A nursery for baby sharks. It's hard to picture the ocean's top predator as a baby. But we'll have to start somewhere. Unfortunately, these sharks are under threat before they're even born.
Sergio gazes at the mangroves.
There's agriculture activities, mainly rice planting, and they're creeping more and further into the mangrove swamps. We also have lots of pollution problems, so these mangrove ecosystems are very, very endangered.
Sergio and others hike through a mangrove forest.
So what's being done to protect this critical habitat?
Deanna Medina Saez, Ladies Association of Chira. Subtitles: We're a group of women. The project which we created started with a beach cleaning, mangrove swamp cleaning, like collecting bottles, plastic, and a little bit of everything. Rows of mangrove seedlings beneath green netting. This area here is the plant nursery. We have planted almost 8,000 to 9,000 seedlings in this 2-kilometer area.
The women of Chira Island are like coastal custodians, maintaining the mangroves and offering life here a better chance of survival.
A small gray shark weaves beneath mangrove roots in crystal clear water. Elsewhere, sharks dart between large boulders.
But newborn sharks aren't the only babies that face threats along the coast. Many sea turtles in this region also get their start on the beaches of Costa Rica. But they face a number of obstacles before they get their flippers wet. In fact, before they even take their first breath.
Well, on most of these beaches in Costa Rica, poaching of the eggs is 100%. Locals like to consume the eggs, and they sell them, they drink them in bars or whatever. So it's really important that we relocate these eggs into a hatchery where they'll be protected.
A hatchery is like a maternity ward for turtles, a safe haven for expecting mothers.
And any turtles that are found nesting, the nest is collected and relocated here in this protected area in the hatchery. From here, they're protected also from not only from poachers, but also from predators like dogs or coyotes, raccoons, or other sorts of wildlife that also live in the area.
Once they hatch, they have to hit the ground running and head for the ocean as quickly as possible.
Randall gently empties a bucket filled with turtle hatchlings onto a beach. The hatchlings push themselves across the sand on their bellies.
But even when or if they reach the ocean, the chances of survival for these tiny creatures is slim.
A wave washes over a hatchling and it raises its head above the surface.
It's estimated that once these turtles reach the water, possibly like 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood.
Imagine the odds, 1,000 to 1, and that's when times were good. Now, it's even harder.
No, that's part of the magical thing about it. Just this has been going on for so many million years, and it has worked. It's not until the last couple of decades that, we're interfering with this process.
A hatchling leaves tiny footprints in the wet sand.
Those that do beat the odds, that do survive this first step, will travel hundreds of kilometers to places like the Galapagos and Cocos Island. Survival in the animal kingdom has always been a struggle. Yet, sharks and turtles have persevered long enough to outlive the dinosaurs. By protecting these critical habitats, we can give these little animals better odds, a chance to grow up, grow strong, to even have babies of their own, and continue the cycle of life in the vast and mysterious open ocean.